So I just saw like the beginning of a really stupid video with this dude talking about women not wanting to submit, and you have to make a woman submit. Stupidest shit I ever saw in my life. If you're watching a video with the title "How to Make a Woman Submit," like you're kind of already in like sort of a fucked up spot. Like hopefully you're just here to get my perspective on this, but if you have to watch a video like that, she's probably already not looking good for you. Like, if you're watching it out of curiosity, then it's all good. But the reality is, like, there's always subtle behaviors, right? So I think we're all willing to submit to who knows better. We're all willing to submit to our doctors. We're all willing to submit to a mechanic's judgment, or a plumber, or an electrician, or any professional, a computer programmer, or anybody that we turn to in daily life. So just stop thinking about submission the way that you've been thinking about it. Start thinking about submission like yielding to the greater wisdom. Okay? So, will I submit to you? I mean, I'm not stupid, right? I'm not going to be prideful. So a lack of submission really just comes down to being prideful. If somebody knows better, you submit, you yield to that knowledge. So how does that work in like your male-female relationships and dynamics? Well, I mean, if you feel like you're getting walked on by people, you're submitting. You're submitting to them. So how do you reverse the situation and get them to submit to you? It's not. Are you familiar with the Mohs scale? It's a scale of hardness. So you might have like talc at or gypsum or something like that at like a 3 or 4 on the hardness scale. And then it goes up and up and up and up and up, and you end up with like the class of stones like the ruby and sapphire at 9 Mohs, and then diamonds at 10. It goes up to 10. That's as hard as it gets. But even though sapphires are maybe 9, 9.5, and diamonds are at 10, diamonds are almost 150 times harder than sapphires, even though they're just one step higher on the scale. Now, what this means is a 10 is always going to scratch a 9, and 9 is always going to scratch an 8, and 8 is always going to scratch a 7. So you're always going to have a situation where a diamond can scratch a sapphire, but not vice versa. And if you think about submission the same way, that's good. Like, you have somewhere that you are on this scale, right? That's where you are. Now, if you're talc or maybe let's see, what else do I know? If you're emerald, you're like a Mohs 6. Like, you're not going to scratch a diamond. Don't try to get a diamond to submit to you. You're always going to lose that, because this submission is about where your thinking is. It's about so much more than just a certain set of behaviors. You can't teach somebody how to get other people to submit to them. These are very, very subtle things in how you carry yourself and how you behave and how you talk and your mannerisms and little tiny things. Because I'm super into BDSM, I'm always aware of topping from the bottom. It's it's a situation where the submissive kind of tries to control the situation in a not so obvious way. So there's little subtle things that people do, and there's things you should pay attention to, and there's things you should laugh at. I had a friend one time get really upset because he shook somebody's hand, and the person turned their hand and kind of shook like this and put their hand on top, and he perceived that as this like display of dominance, whereas I would have just chuckled and been like, what a fucking tool. So you're not, if you're in a situation where you're watching a video like this and you feel like you're too passive, or you're struggling, or you're submitting to other people, my best suggestion to you is, stop being an emerald trying to play a game with diamonds, because you're going to lose that every fucking time. Like, this person naturally is just in such a different place than you. So start looking for things on this side of you that are going to yield to you, like the situation with you and your mechanic or electrician or a computer programmer or whatever. Like, don't go into a situation, and you would never go to your ophthalmologist and then start telling them they're wrong and telling them how to do their job and use their equipment and what stuff to, you know, prescribe you, you would yield to what they say. And if you did anything else, you would look like a fool. They are just too experienced. I got 5 minutes left. They're just too experienced in this area for you to get them to submit to you. So instead, be the more aggressive or assertive one in the dynamic. And that's the absolute best advice that I could give you. As far as women and, you know, women not wanting to submit, that's fucking absurd. We all want to submit. We all want to yield to somebody that knows better. It's an uncomfortable place to be in a situation where you're the authority on anything. And it's an uncomfortable situation to be in where you are the heart of the responsibility. So don't even think about it like, oh, I wish I was this, I wish I was that, I wish I was... That's not the most comfortable place to be in. It's not the most secure, it's not the most peaceful, it's not the most calming. It's not. It's just fucking not. So there's nothing wrong with you know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just if something is not going in your favor, if you feel like you're constantly being manipulated, or you feel like you're being emasculated, or you're struggling with this, that's where it's presenting a problem in your life. And so if you feel like you need to reverse that, you're not gonna, if you're already talking to a girl and she's kind of got the upper hand, you're not getting it back. You're just not. It's not going to happen. And there's no amount of books or courses or videos on YouTube that you can watch that are going to change that. You're just going to very timidly seem like an asshole. And that's sort of where it is. You're way better off finding somebody that is much easier for you to handle. And so that's my suggestion on that. And I think we all want to submit. I don't want to make this video about men and women and submission and how to get the upper hand in situations, because life is about learning, and this stuff is about like some basic psychology and understanding of things. And you know, the best thing you could do is educate yourself on human behavior and how humans work and things like that. And you maybe are naturally very good at that, and you're maybe not. But you know, I would say stick in your class. Like, don't try to get the upper hand in situations where you can't. Look for people that you don't have to worry about that stuff as much with. And don't get some mentality that, oh, women all want to submit. I think all people want to submit in areas where somebody else knows better. So definitely don't think about it like gender. And definitely don't get some idea that women don't ever want to submit or women always want to submit. It's just... nothing's that cut and dry. If you have questions, please feel free to comment and ask. I'd be happy to help. And, you know, I wanted to make this video just to combat some of the stupid fucking bullshit that, like, guys put out there on the internet about genders and dating and, you know, like, this playing game shit. Like, love is not about playing games. If you're having to play games with somebody, you're fucking with the wrong person, and they're just not even worth your time. Like, move on to somebody better that's going to value you just the way you are. Okay, I have a minute left, and I'm going to put an end to this video. Hey, I wore this shirt. I'm fucked up today, by the way. It's, like, really nice outside. My psoas is, like, totally fucking me up, which happens sometimes. But I wore this shirt because it's, like, used to be my favorite shirt, and I retired it because I liked it so much, and now I just figured I'd let it live on in some videos and not actually wear it for anything else. All right, peace out. Good luck.